The Battle of Gitschin or Gitschin was a battle of the Austro-Prussian War on 29 June 1866, ending with a Prussian victory over the Austrian forces. There is a memorial there today at Gitschin in the Czech Republic. Events: Austrian deployment after being beaten at Mönchengladbach. Isar Army under Klamgalas redeployed at Gitschin, unaware that after the Battle of Skalitz Benedek had halted North Army's advance towards Gitschin, where under the Austrian battle plan a conjunction of both armies would have taken place in order to fall upon one of the Prussian main armies to beat them in detail. Klamgalas was under the impression that he would be directly supported by Northern Army's advance units, and decided to give battle. Klamgalas' battle line consisted out of Abel's brigade at the Privisen Heights on the left, supported by Ringelsheim's brigade blocking the road from Mönchengladbach at Lochove. The centre at Brada Hill was held by Pachac's brigade, supported by Leiningens, and the town of Eisenstattel on the right was to be held by Peret's brigade and the 1st Light Cavalry Division. The position between Pochaca and Peret was to be held by the Saxon army, which after taking a longer southern route from Mönchengladbach had the previous night camped some 10 kilometers south of their designated position in the battle line, leaving a vulnerable gap between the Austrian centre and right. The gap was temporarily filled by a 56-gun Austrian Grand Battery. Prussian attack on Gitschin on June 29, 1866 after having won at Mönchengladbach. The Prussian Elbe Army and First Army each sent an infantry division towards Gitschin. From the north, the Prussian 5th Division, under Ludwig Tumpling, advanced towards Gitschin. After using his artillery batteries to soften up the Austrian position, Tumpling attacked the centre and right. The cannon fire startled the Saxons, whose advance brigade was still 4 kilometers from their designated position in the battle line. By 6 p.m. Pachac's brigade was able to hold off attacks on their hill position by the Prussian 9th Brigade, and Abel had been able to stop the Prussian 10th Brigade's attack on the Privisen Heights. At 6 p.m. advancing from the west, advance units from the Prussian 3rd Division, part of Elbe Army and led by August von Werder, attacked Ringelsheim but were held off. The next Prussian attack was directed at the centre-right position at the hamlet of Zams, where they encountered the Viennese 45th Regiment of Peret's brigade, which they easily drove off. 9th Brigade was able to occupy the hamlet in the centre of the Austrian position with 2 battalions. Neither Peret's brigade, nor Leiningen's reserve, were sent in to plug the hole in the Austrian centre, leaving the Prussians in control of the centre of the Austrian line. The feeble counterattacks by hussars from 1st Light Cavalry Division were easily held off by the Prussians. The Austrian artillery, bombarding the hamlet, then set Zams aflame, forcing the Prussians holding the hamlet to attack forward towards Dulek. The advancing Prussians were then able to beat the Saxons to Dulek and occupied the town at 7:30 p.m. To plug this hole and to aid the faltering Saxons, Peret decided to attack the Prussians on his left, but Peret was easily held off by the Prussians, reinforced by Tumpling's reserve battalion, and their use of the superior Dracer needle gun to smash the Austrian storm columns, which then collapsed and fled. Simultaneously, Werder's attack towards Lochove, in order to outflank Ringelsheim, caused the collapse of the Austrian left as well, and the Prussians were able to push Abel and Ringelsheim back to Gitschin, which they eventually occupied at 10:30 p.m. At 8 p.m. the Austrian staff received Benedek's new orders, which had been sent by horseback, announcing North Army's about-face and his order for Isar Army to join him. Given these orders, Prince Albert of Saxony, despite pleadings of the Austrians to use his battle-fresh troops to counterattack the Prussians, decided to withdraw his 5 brigades from the field, causing the Austrians to start a disorganized retreat as well. Result: although occupying a strong position, Isar Army was beaten by 2 Prussian divisions due to strategic and tactical blunders. Tardy staff work at main headquarters caused Klamgalas to believe he would be supported by the Austrian main army, as was originally planned. but which made him fight the battle unsupported. The Saxon army camping some 10 kilometers south of their designed position in the Austrian line, made them late and caused a hole in the battle line, which the Prussians exploited to their fullest. Lastly, the superior Draso needle gun gave the Prussians a huge tactical advantage over the Austrian storm tactics. After Mönchengladbach, the Prussian commanders however neglected to concentrate their hungry and tired Elbe army and First Army rapidly enough to encircle and destroy Iser army, in effect fighting with only 2 divisions from 2 separate armies, thus enabling Clamgallas to retreat towards Benedek. Literature. Gordon Craig. The Battle of Königgrätz. Prussia's victory over Austria, 1866. University of Pennsylvania Press, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 2003. Theodore Fontaine. Der Feldzug in Böhmen und Mähren, 1866. Königl. Geheimer Oberhauptdruckerei AV, Decker, Berlin, 1871. Heinz Helmert, Hans-Jürgen USC Zeck. Preußische Deutsche Kriege von 1864 bis 1871 Militärischer Verlauf, Überarbeitungsauflage, Militärverlag der Deutschen Demokratischen Republik Berlin 1988, ISBN 3-327-00222-3. Wilhelm Rustow. Der Krieg von 1866 in Deutschland und Italien. Zurich 1866 BEI Schulthess. Alan Sefferson. The 7 Weeks' War 1866. Rader Books. Leeds, UK, 1989. ISBN 1-87044549-X. Geoffrey Warrow. The Austro-Prussian War. Austria's war with Prussia and Italy in 1866. Cambridge University Press. Cambridge, UK, 1997.